Hey you guys, welcome to another tutorial by Weddit. And within this tutorial, I'm going to explore the different ways to get white balance correct in a wedding. Now, white balance, they say, causes 99% of the problems in your images, and I truly believe that. When white balance is off, it can set off the whole image, so getting it correct is really important. When I photograph a wedding, I shoot auto white balance on my Canon 5D Mark IIIs and Mark IVs. The reason for this is the light fluctuates so much in different directions. Like you can be shooting one way and the sun can come out. Everything can change so fast that it's difficult to set it anyway. So I like to do it in post. Everyone does it a different way, but this is the kind of way I like to do it. So when I'm actually editing a wedding, I've got to come in and change the white balance. Now, when you get a white balance correct, I focus primarily on the skin tones. If the skin tones are looking good, that's what is good for me. Now, when I look at this image here, it's a little on the warm side for me. Apologies. Now, there's a few different little tricks to kind of to try and get this correct in the first place. But backtracking a little bit before we go into white balance, when you are getting white balance correct in a wedding, you want to work in sections. So if she is getting ready, that's one section. But within that getting ready section, there may be different directions, so then I make subsections. So this is a little mini subsection of one particular direction. Now, if that makes sense. So they might be very, very similar, but they might alternate or fluctuate, slightly depending on what angle it is. So each subsection needs to be looked at with your white balance. Now, let's go straight into it. Auto white balance is awesome in Lightroom. So I try auto off the bat, and I'm going to see what it does. And it looks pretty good. Still slightly too warm for me on the dress. I will try the temperature clicker and just click the whites, which reads me at 3850 and -5, which looks a little cold. So I'm going to zoom in. I've got my information now. I know what auto likes, I know what the checker likes, and I know what it was at shot. And I'm thinking, so I'm going to zoom in. And like I said, I really focus now on the skin tones. And I'm looking at the dress too to see it looks a little blue. So I'm looking at both. I'm going to increase the temperature a little by eye. I'm watching this. I'm watching the dress. I'm watching the skin tone, and I'm feeling around 4050 is about correct for me. And it's all subjective. Some people like their images warmer, some like them colder, some like them neutral. It's all up to you. But for me, this is what looks good to me right now. With the tint in the white balance is the magentas or the greens. It's kind of like the basic, the color hue in the image. Now, if you double click, it will double click the little icon in the middle. Lightroom will recommend what it thinks it should be. So I double click it, it goes to -4, which kind of looks correct to me. I'm going to look closely at the skin tone there. And it looks good, like I'm happy with that. So we've adjusted the white balance by about 200, -200 on the temperature, and that makes it happy. Then just hold shift, select all the images in that subsection, sync. Just choose white balance because you probably have synced your preset throughout the whole wedding in the beginning. Synchronize, and done. I always make adjustments. Sometimes I will go back. I will look at each image individually. It looks perfect to me. I know it could be slightly warm on the dress, but this looks good to me. I will look at the next image. And if I see anything wrong, like if I feel like the tint is too heavy or I feel like it's a little warm, I might go back and adjust the section. But at the moment, this looks good to me. It looks perfect. Again, looks perfect to me. Okay, cool. So that section will be done. Next section is part of the ceremony. And when I look at this image straight off the bat, I see that the dress looks slightly blue, which means it's probably a little cold. Now, I'm going to try auto and see what auto says. Auto jumps me up to 75 and +11, which looks pretty good, although I think it's a little too heavy on the tint. I'm going to try the temperature checker again and see what that does. And that does 75 and plus 5, which looks a little better to me. So it jumped up 600 on the temp. I'm going to zoom in a little closer and really look at the skin tone there and the dress. I feel like we could get a tiny bit more warmth there. Maybe not, maybe back. I'm happy with that, with 75. I think it's good. I think I agree with the auto white balance there. And let's double click the tint again and see what Lightroom says. -2. So I'm going to explore the tint a little bit and just go back and forth. I mean, looking at it, I feel like around +1 plus 1 is about right for me. So I'm going to zoom out. And like I said, when I'm playing with the tint there, I'm looking at the skin tone, I'm looking at the dress, mainly the skin tone, and I'm just seeing if it's too purple or too green. It's a very fine kind of, very fine tuning, but I want the skin tone to look correct. Now, when I zoom out, excuse me, when I zoom out and I look at it, it looks really good. And then I will select all the images in that subsection. Sync white balance. Again, like I said, the preset should already be on. Sync, come back. And again, now I will look through each image and just make sure that I don't make any adjustments, see if it's too cold, see if it's too warm. That looks really beautiful to me. I know the dress can probably go slightly warmer, but I don't like it to look too warm and too orange. So I like it. So true white is not always my perfect white balance. And maybe I'm a little slightly on the colder side, but this looks perfect to me. Perfect. This looks great. Looks good. And the last image, just wait for it to kick in. Looks good. Let's just see what that was shot at. That last one was shot at 71 when we increased. So there was a slight fluctuation when we increased 400, about 350. And I will make minor adjustments here and there. Like, I feel like this one could go a little warmer. So sometimes I will just increase a little bit more on certain images if it needs it. So I'm going to just jump this one up a tiny bit. And that's okay, making slight adjustments here and there. But that's my tutorial on white balance. I hope it helps anybody. If anybody needs their weddings edited, let us know. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye.